Hello everybody, it's Steve. Welcome back to Railway Empire 2. In the last video, got my Canadian connection going, hooked up London and Toronto to Buffalo. This video, I want to try to hook up Toronto all the way up to Ottawa, and also hook up all the industries that Ottawa is going to need. I do see that Ottawa has beer, which means it's going to need grain. I don't know if I'm going to get anything for coal production just yet, but I do also see there's fruit that'll probably be needed in Albany at some point. I also see there is some grain as well. And Toronto does have a beef industry, but let's see what Toronto needs. It does need some grain. We do have a small demand for that as well. We do have Jackson Station. They're just sitting, waiting for goods right now. And I was thinking, I know for me it's a dangerous thing, between videos about how to try to hook up New York City to Boston. The way I set up my station is poor. These first two tracks really head off over to coal stop, where I'm getting my wood and my wool brought over. It's being converted into cloth at the weaving mill, which I probably should try to purchase this. Well, I don't have the cash for it, so not right now. But I want to try to hook up Boston, and then also maybe, this is where it's going to get very difficult, try to do a sort of T intersection here. Similar to how I did here at Greenstop, do that little T intersection to try to hook up New York and then maybe swing down, because it says I can't get in there at this time, which is telling me that I'm going to eventually be able to try to get into the Mid-Atlantic states. And I'd love to get down to like Philly. And unfortunately, his rail lines, whatever this guy's name is, his rail line is very well set. It's set up pretty much just so it runs right along the river, so I'd probably have to come down into Maryland and kind of the Delmarva to swing into toward Washington with that. And even Virginia cannot purchase rural concessions at this time. So there's a few places I could still try to get to. There's West Virginia, which is odd because West Virginia technically didn't exist in 1831. It was part of Virginia until the Civil War. There's a little fun fact for the day. All right, let's start working on hooking some stuff up. Research-wise, I'm at 200 innovation points. So right here, I've got parcel drops. By accepting parcels at the train station, more convenient for the population to send packages. Increase the amount of packages in all your cities with one train station by 5%. And this is actually what I want to get, is the mail car. There's also the Derwent and the refrigerator car. So I'm going to start with this. And then next, probably in 2 months' time, I'll get the mail car done up. So let's start slapping down some track, and also let's check our tasks itself. Oh, wow, we're actually going to hit 60,000 in Albany very shortly. That is going to happen this video, but while that's happening, let's go ahead and try to get Toronto hooked in. My thinking is I get Ottawa set up, and then I'm going to probably put the station... what's your other industry out here? You do have a lumber need. Okay. I'm thinking that track 1 will be for the grain. Tracks 2 and 3 out of Ottawa are going to go right through that Indian village. Mother puss bucket. That, or I kind of go around it, which isn't too terribly bad. If I wait, though, they may actually move and be in a position that's a little more beneficial for me. I could also put the tracks on the north side of Ottawa, just so I can get to Montreal that much easier, kind of run along that way. So if I come straight out this way, along the path where my cursor is, and then swing into Toronto, that would work. I also see there's a roadway, excuse me, right in here. And then, so tracks 1 and 2 would go out that way, and then tracks 3 and probably 4 would go out towards rice breeding, Howard Farm, and Edison Farmstead. So let's get working on this stuff. And also checking my tasks one more time. Wow, yeah, I made some money that time. Also, I think I probably do need to pay some stuff off here. And while I'm doing that, in addition... let's go ahead and... I'll go ahead and repay that. I may repay this one too. That way I've got it there, and I can also do one of these giant bonds Also, what I want to look into, not the company, personnel. I want to work on getting this going, because this is something that you can also do in the game to increase the efficiency of your engineers, your stokers, your trained personnel themselves, your security, and also the saboteurs. I'm not going to really go into the saboteurs just because this is the first playthrough. I'm still kind of getting a feel for everything. So working hours, you have 8 hours, and let's say I increase it. There goes the efficiency down. Reduced efficiency, maintenance requirements increased by 5%. So let's put that back down to 8. Quality's at 100%. Let's see how much I can get with this. That just says 100%, okay. There we go. If I max it out at 200, cost me quite a bit. Take this all back down to 100 because it's not doing me anything right now. Gotta figure out a way if I can... Oh. Now my efficiency is back at 122.5? What? Oh, I guess because I went 1 week over. I should probably do this while the game is paused, shouldn't I? Huh. Let's see. Let's learn about this a little bit. So, parameter, working time, and training. Build jobs. Bonuses. Okay, every 100 days you can pay your staff a bonus. Corresponds to a month's salary and raises welfare by. That's the cash out bonus right there. I don't want to spend any money on recruitment right now, but let's say... I'd love to get an idea of what the... I've seen this in real time. Okay, something like that? Okay. Again, this is something I'm going to have to try to fiddle with off camera, because I'm trying to figure out... Okay, so increasing the wages. Increases the speed of my locomotives. There we go. So if I go by 6 hours... I'm just going to come back and work on that later. That is something that's probably... I kind of wish that was something that was maybe brought up in the tutorials. Would have been kind of nice to have that. All right, so let's slap down a train station in Ottawa. Let's get this game in motion here. All right, and all right, so right on a... We got farm there, Indian village here, grain farm, and there's Toronto. Okay. Those 3 will go toward there. Those 2 will come down here. Got it. All right. Want to make sure I'm mathing this right. Oh, we got the task. Hey, there we go.
Nowadays, there is so much less time between idea and realization. This is absolutely extraordinary. It works. Fewer and fewer travelers are using the Erie Canal because our train connections are simply better. Our company enjoys great popularity in Albany, and soon a new mayor will be elected. If I could win the election, I could use that to our advantage. Why don't you take a few measures to present me in favorable light to the undecided voters?
All right, so by the end of December of 1835, we'll need to do 3 more things. Connect 3 rural businesses producing grain to your network. I've got 2 more up in Ottawa that I can work towards on that. Transport 960 passengers from Syracuse and construct a university in Albany. Hint, a city can only have 1 building at a time, such as a university, a library, etc. If there's already a building in Albany, you have to demolish it in order to build a university. All right, so there is a library here. So I may have to just, demo it. Do I really need to demo this? That's gotta do something for people. Like, just like, hey, we're not as happy anymore. Also, we can now get clothing from New York. We can actually get that supplied to them now from this line? Nope, not that line. This one is this line. Not that one either. Where is this train that I seek? It's this one that I seek. You actually need to be edited. And let's go ahead and swap you out for a Dunham. Let's actually increase that. We might get a little bit more juice out of that. But let's get Ottawa back and done up first, because I was working on that when I got the notification. So work on that, and I like the idea of doing kind of like that. All right, I'm gonna set this one kind of like here. I'm gonna set this one. We're doing a bunch of stuff here. I'm gonna do these ones first. All right, track construction. I'm gonna come out a little bit from here. Then I'm gonna go down here. Yeah, set that up. And yeah, game's paused for this. So I could do parallel track, but I don't want to go full parallel. So I'm not going to do that exactly. I'm going to come out to here. Then I'm going to keep coming out this way. I'm going to hook it into lines 1 and 2 at Toronto. So I've got to pay this tribe to get through there. Or I can kind of come around this way around them. Not bad setup, mind you. In fact, wow, Howard Terminal, I could just run up this line and then shoot off pretty darn quick to make that happen. That's not bad. Alright, so we'll do that here.
Great. By the way, I have decided to run for the Democrats in this election. I believe that I can best represent our interests as a candidate for this party.
Okay, why am I getting a notification here? Right, well, I can't do anything with it right now. Alright. Let's go ahead, and I don't have just yet. This actually might be the time to take out a bond. So I got that fulfillment done up. Yeah, I'm gonna take out a bond here. I'm gonna take out a big bond. Let's do this one for Giggity Weeks. There we go. Because I want to get this stuff going really quick. Alright, we'll come all the way down here to Toronto. Okay, there is this little S-bend here that's going to slow the tracks down. It's just because of this tribal village. So we'll get that going, and building construction. We're going to need to put a supply tower. Probably here, if I'm totally honest. I'm also going to put one here. Right where the tracks split. Because this is going to supply Iman Terminal with materials as well. And then probably going to do one off of Howard Terminal. Alright, factory, city buildings. Don't need those at this time. Now for Toronto, going over this way. I'm going to run to about here. Boom, look at that. I like it a lot. Like it a lot. Alright, I'm going to do that here. An Edison Terminal. Not going to double it up. But I am going to go ahead and put a supply tower in here that's going to get all three of them. So the Toronto to Ottawa run is going to have a ton of stuff going for it. I'm going to blitz through this one really quick, not intentionally either. Alright, almost there. This guy is going to... Did I hook this guy up yet? No, I didn't. Okay. One more station. Here we go. I should probably buy some businesses if I can. If I can't, oh well. Okay. This guy is going to get his own supply tower. Unfortunately, I gotta put one there to supply him. Alright, and we'll turn this guy off. We do have a maintenance shed here, I believe. Yes, I do. I'm also going to put a warehouse down here, I think. Expensive, but necessary. I'll decide what to put in the warehouse here in a moment. So we've got trains going over to Howard Terminal, Edison Terminal. What I'll probably do is like go to Edison to Toronto, Howard to Toronto, and then repeat. Once this tribal village moves, I may well move this. Iman Terminal going to Ottawa. Ottawa's going to need a maintenance depot, by the way. And let's slap down multiple train lines and get it all going. All right, new rail line. Rice Terminal to Toronto. We're going to use a John Bull for you. Oh, and also, let's make some gridirons and some track direction, too. All right. Cool. Right, station gridiron. We're going to do just 2-track gridirons here. And I'll do the same out here for Toronto. Doing tracks 1 and 2 only, because we don't need it on that third one. There we go. Okay. Now let's get some more rail lines built. Edison, Toronto, Howard, Toronto. Obviously, you're just going to be doing freight. And we're going to put a John Bull on for you. New rail line. Iman to Ottawa. Obviously, going to be loading freight. John Bull for you. And a last rail line. We're going to do Ottawa to Toronto. Dare I go on to Buffalo from here? Also, I messed up on this setup. And locomotive, we're going to do a Dunham for that. Alright, cool. So we've got 3 rail lines already set up. Now let's speed up the game a little bit and take on our tasks. We're at 157 of 960 from Syracuse. Let's check in on Syracuse proper. Syracuse, how many rail lines do we have that use this city? Routes using the station. Buffalo to Syracuse, Carter Terminal, Syracuse. Alright, so it's a lot of freight. This is the only rail line, mind you. And this line is only bringing out passengers. Why did you not unload? Hopefully you're going to resupply here, because I see you have a need for materials. Huh. Alright, let's set up maybe an express, right? Out of the rail line. Okay. I think I'm going to have to duplicate this rail line and just do one that does... Ooh, hang on. As much as I like the idea, I could go like Albany, Syracuse, Buffalo, Toronto, Ottawa, and back, which sounds kind of fun. So let's do it. Ottawa is so far away from everything, I'm not going to lie. I almost don't want to hook Ottawa into this. And I'm not going to. You're going to be an express. All you're bringing is just passengers and rail. You're going to be on a Dunham. Let's roll. And let's zoom in on him. Whoop. Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool beans. Alright, so we have the library. Let's actually see what universities do by looking at another city. So Syracuse. If I constructed a university here, can be constructed in cities over 90,000 is required for citizens over 100,000. Creator of the university will have to cover weekly costs for scholarships depending on the size of the city. It's going to cost me $200,000, mind you. So this task actually is multifaceted. I have to get Albany grown to 90,000. And then I've also got to have $200,000 ready to shell out for anything, really. That does intrigue me some. Let's see how our train's doing here. This is a... Oh, wow. Ottawa to Toronto is just loading up the biff. And I do actually need to set up the thing in Toronto right now. How much should I bring in on that guy? I'm at full speed right now, too. 16,000. I'll take it. Okay, yeah, we're at that point, too. I'm spending a lot of time focusing in southern Ontario. I do need to be focusing on the northeast United States also, mind you. Alright, now, Toronto, warehouse. What am I bringing in right now? I just want to confirm what I'm bringing in. Bringing in corn. So I got grain. I got fruit. And I got livestock. And if I want to, I can also bring in salt. Okay, so grain, livestock, and fruit. Let's update this now. So we got grain, livestock, and fruits. Any city can go ahead and purchase and, you know, collect this stuff from Toronto, and we can load it up. Whoa, a little bit of noise there. All right, this is my Ottawa to Toronto express train? Yeah. And this guy's just loading up on the beef. I'll take it. Now, the city itself... Getting a little loud here. Now, the meat packing plant... I do want to buy some of these businesses. So let's find out which ones are well supplied and go from there. Do I own this one already? Yes, I do. Okay. Ah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to hook up the cloth industry in New York. Even though the utilization for it's not that big. I'm actually going to go here. I'm going to go London. Oh. Whoopsies. I knew I forgot something. Dropped him down right on top of it so we could resupply with materials. Always happens to me. And London does have a maintenance depot. Lovely, 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 lovely. All right. Weaving mills. I'm getting materials for this one. I'm going to go ahead. Ugh, good lord. This ain't cheap to buy these things. All right, cool. Because I have that little bonus for myself. Something's going on over here in Quebec. Let's see. Oh, that's the train I'm on. And you, I'm guessing, are... Oh, you had a small breakdown already? Oh, dear. Alright, well, let's actually go ahead. Edit your rail line. I have a minimum of 4 coming on this guy. We'll get him patched up and get him back on the rails. So we got that hooked in. We had another small breakdown. This is my Toronto Buffalo line. Oh, dear. The condition of the locomotive is 86%. I'm missing something here. Because we've got supplies. I don't want to put a maintenance depot in Smith Rest. Just because these shouldn't be too far away from each other. These trains should, in theory, be able to get between these two cities without having too many problems. $3.97 now for the passengers. About halfway there. Another small breakdown. This one's at 72%. Cooper, you're going to Buffalo. Buffalo does have a maintenance depot. Fascinating. Interesting. Alright, we're now into January of 1832. We have 240 innovation points. I can wait another month to get the Derwent. This is historically released in 1839, does predominantly freight. Also noted, speed is pretty low. 25 down to 18. Tractive power is higher, popularity is lower. Maintenance requirements are much, much lower. I'm going to go ahead and grab the mail car. Increases mailbag delivery revenue by 25%. That's going to help me out. But also, getting the Derwent, which is now going to be 3 months away. And get the refrigerator car, which will increase freight revenue on groceries only. There's the dining car, which I can add on. Underworld contracts, no. Intimidation, no. Co-determination, maybe. Covered cab, that'd be kind of cool. No, the caboose, that's kind of cool. That's kind of fun too. Oh yeah, if the caboose is something that's not available, you'd think, early on. You'd think it'd be something that'd be available earlier in the game, but who knows. And you're able to cut corn. Cool. I'm looking at my setup here with Cooper train station on the main line between Buffalo and Syracuse. In hindsight, I probably could have slapped it down over here and not have it on the main line. For folks who are going between the two cities, it's kind of an idea of like, okay, we're leaving Buffalo, we're just pulling through a freight station, and then we're continuing on our merry way. Also, little side note, love the fact that the road is next to the train tracks now. That's kind of cool. And then kind of disappears as I get into Syracuse itself. Syracuse is a pretty small town right now. Got a brewery here, which is kind of being supplied by me. I don't think it's being super well supplied by me, mind you. Let's look into Boston. Let's get back up into the Northeast here. This is where we started off. Boston is a sizable city right now. It is not making its 60% demand. I'm actually having issues with beef production, but hey, fruit is now available, which means I can run down to Cape Cod and get the Adams farm hooked in. What I also want to look at is if I can get New York hooked in from this. Because let's see. I think I can. I could probably take these two tracks, swing them off this way. Show me. I'll bid on it. It's near Montreal. It doesn't really have much going for me right now, which is also telling me that I need to hook into this. I think this is a sign. It's telling me, hey, Steve, get your ass further into Canada. All right. Ottawa, tracks 2 and 3 are going to hook into Montreal's tracks, probably 1 and 2. I'll bid once on this. You can have it. So creative accounting, that is my research tab. That is... it's right here. I kind of went around that one. I'm not going to lose a lot of sleep over that. So Montreal's got a ton of stuff I can hook in. Ooh, this is an opportunity. I'll show you why. Montreal is kind of in a low spot, right on the river. And here's my connection down to Syracuse. Here's Albany this way. I could, if I so choose, and I might choose, put the train tracks on this side and then take a spur line down the river. Swing into Albany. I think this is the time to make it happen. Also, the fact we're getting close to the 30-minute of recording mark for me. Okay, and this way I'm going to hook up like this, I think. Let's see. Got that one. Yeah. Actually, if I go... if I do 1 and 2 to Albany, 3 and 4 to Ottawa, and then 5 and 6 go into these 4, I should be okay, actually. I'm going to go like that. There we go. Okay, check out this big move. Also, slow the game down while I do this. Also, just hit the wrong buttons. That just happened. Alright, so now I've got to do a big path coming down here. I may actually do, not a montage per se, but it may just be a I'll come back once it's done up. Ooh, here is the switch. Here are the switches for this section. So it's got to be after this. I'm thinking about the run up this side of the river. Run up the west bank. cross about here, and then come into Montreal this way. It's doable, but it's dangerous. Gonna come over this trestle here. Okay, we gotta do some big time earthworks there. Come right along the river. This is a long run out. I'm actually tempted to go on the other side of the river here. Just taking a look at... Well, no, this actually has to work this way just because of where it is. To have that sweeping turn, I can have the train go out a little bit longer. What if I take out this track point? Nope, definitely need that track point there. Still gonna be about $420,000. Okay, let's build it. I gotta parallel the exact same route essentially. Coming all the way down. Thankfully, it's only going to cost me $267,000 to do the second track. 4% grade, not the best. Building another track right here. Right. Build it. Ton of cash just went out the window. But now, Montreal and Albany are connected. Let's get our maintenance depot up and running, because there's no way in Zeus's butthole I'm not going to do that. Alright. We're going to need at least, I'm thinking 2 supply towers here. One there. I'm also thinking like one right about here. Let's actually do a express line. Montreal to Albany. It's going to be kind of cool if I can make this work. And this is how we'll actually end the video. We'll do a ride along with this guy. Hello, people. Are you going to Albany with me? Are you going to Montreal with me? Looks like another John Bull arriving with some passengers. Oh, here we go, heading off to Montreal. Now looks like I'm guessing we're waiting on someone. Clear the tracks. There we go. Oh, right. And that train, I think, is heading off to New York right there, so we can take our swinging left turn. Start making our way across the river. Look at this giant rail trestle I had to build. Oh, let's go on the back of the train now. Whoa! I knew you could do this! Neat. I don't know if I'm supposed to be in here, though. Can I go into the rail car somewhere? Or the passenger car? Hey, how you doing, folks? Did you know you could do that, guys? But just running up the river, obviously by the time we get to modern day, this is just towns just packed in along the river here. So there'd be a bunch of little stop-offs. Like, this would just be a commuter line almost going between these two cities. Got our first supply tower here. Sounds like we're going to stop and get some water and whatnots. Nope, we're just going to slow down for the passage through it. And we'll come back once we are pulling into Montreal. And in the distance, crossing... I actually don't know what body of water this is. I feel bad for not knowing the answer to this. There is Montreal in the distance as we were approaching the station. Of course, didn't fully get a chance to expand out Montreal the way I wanted to in this video. That'll, of course, happen in the next video. But hey, we finally made it. We have made it to Montreal. And the American flags, and everybody's going, what the hell are those things coming our way? But also Canada, I believe in 1830, was still part of a protectorate of the British Empire. You see how much money that made us. I was in the wrong part of the damn map. Whoops. I'm $8,400 on that one. It's not a phenomenal pull-in, mind you, but we still have Ottawa hooked in. We're going to hook up these two cities in the next video. We're also going to get this is useful to me, I'll get a warehouse in Montreal so we can most likely hook up, well, anybody who needs it. Beef is used, I guess, in Toronto, so I could probably benefit from a Toronto to Montreal train as well. And then just maybe slap down some warehouses in the cities to make sure that they're going to be viable and usable going forward. But hey, positives. We made something happen today. It's a good thing. And this train right now is loaded up 4 and 4. Headed back to Albany. If I can get a faster train researched, which a couple months I'll be able to. Maybe get the Derwent, which will be just dedicated for that. And then the Firefly. Whoa. It's another 300 points. I could definitely, if I keep going on my research route for that, I can push and get those done up relatively soon. Let's take one last look at Albany. We are at, oh wow, we are not fulfilling all the demands, so we're stationary at the moment. So I gotta start working on this stuff. We need to start getting fruit delivered, clothing, wooden planks, dairies. Wait, we can get salt now? Hey, look, I got a place I can deliver some salt. I gotta make sure that these supplies are being delivered to Albany. So that's gonna be my focus in the next video. But for now, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and all the videos that come out on this channel. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. And oh yeah, don't think I'm forgetting that I can just hook up Carter Terminal and Cook Rest now directly to Albany through this route that I made this video. Thanks for watching, everyone.